Now, lyrically, on Play It Loud, I think my favorite line that you had is not what I heard, it's about what I saw. And I wanted you to break down like that element of your principles in your life and why that's something you live by.
Well, it's more like it's just very, very self-explanatory. It's not what I heard, it's all about what I saw. People could tell you anything, and anything they say they can lie to. But if you see it, then you'll believe it. You know, like they say, man, look, I ain't trying to hear it, show me. Self-explanatory. Whatever it's going to be, I'm not trying to hear it. I want to see it. Show me. You say you're going to do something? Okay, I hear you saying you're going to do it. Now, let me see what you're going to do. You know, in any phase, you know what I'm saying? To where it's all about that point of proving, you know what I'm saying? And if you show them, it's nothing to prove. It's right there in your face.
And why is that so hard for people to do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a simple dude, man. It don't take a lot to please me, you know. So if it's something that you have to prove to me, it's not complicated. If something is to prove to me is that complicated for you, I don't know what it is because everything about me is nice and simple.
Right. Okay. Now, Holler at Me is speaking of Mystical on there, and he's phenomenal on there as you. And I wanted you. This takes it back to like the '39 Posse days when you're talking about the Parkway representative on there. So,
Right, right.
what made you want to kind of reference some of the early, if not the earliest stuff that you ever did on Holler at Me?
Well, first of all, Holla at Me was a song before Mystic was incarcerated. We was working on his album, and that was his record. So, and I was talking to Fiend, and cause Fiend was the one that gave me the line, I made move bitch and I made fuck them other niggas. I'm the truth on the beat, so fuck them other niggas. Fiend wrote that line. So the thing about it was a mystical record. And Fiend was the one that told me, man, you need to rap on this shit. It's your album. You know what I'm saying? So don't, rap on it or whatever. You gotta put something on this here on and anything through your record because when a record comes out, get some, get performance money for, doing shows so where you can eat off it all more than just, waiting to collect royalties off. So um Mia and Fiend always, even on No Limit, was like, man, you need to start rapping because you gotta, you pen pretty good, So Fiend pretty much pushed me on to just, start, being more vocal on records.
Okay. Well, I think it works throughout the drum major because, of course, people know you for your production mainly, but I think when they hear the record, they're gonna get some gems lyrically. So I really like that. And plus, on Holler at Me, in addition to mentioning the songs, you mentioned like Beats by the Pound, Medicine Man, Overdose, kind of all the different names
Right.
and companies and different things that you had, which I also liked. Um, and then another song that I really liked was Break Bread with Soldier Slim and BG. And
Whew.
that one, man, because the different percussion you used. So what made you want to
Right.
pull that out of the arsenal? Because that's a different sound.
Well, that came about to where when we did that record, that's when Slim and BG was working on an album together called Ain't No Limit Behind My Cash Money. Right after we started, right after we finished, we finished Soulja Slim record, and when I made that record, it was kind of like they came in on it, and they're like, man, I'm wrapping up some songs for this album, so I'm gonna need you on something. So when I started the process of that record, to where each song I tried to make it different from the next, to where I try not to, other than I know that 808 You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the only sounds that may be consistent in my records. But the just sounds and percussions within itself, I I try to be different. You know, I take time, go through everything that I have to make sure what I have don't sound like what I just done. So and when I got through that patch of sounds on the album, you know, I was like, okay, I played around with it until I came up with the right rhythm for it. And then I laid it. And then as I'm laying it, the hook came to me. So, you know, as the hook comes, even if I don't rap on a record, if something come to mind like a hook or idea of what could be said on the record, I just jot it down. And I came up with the hook, "Break Bread," you know, and it was real dope. That's when I put the call in to BG and Slim. With Slim and BG, both of them like, man, y'all gotta come up here. I got this record, nigga. Y'all gotta get on this. I have the one, and I came. That's at the time to where you know, they both was having their issues with No Limit and Cash Money. And eventually, you know, everybody got back, you know, and pretty much settled their differences. And that's when I went out. If you listen to it, I had to make some edits because they went in. They went in. So
Well, definitely Soulja Slim sounded very passionate, and that part where he's talking about the pistol and stuff, like that part of his verse is incredible, incredible.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and since you were working with them since the Magnolia Slim era, what
Hmm.
could you break down for people that didn't know or forgot why did he go from Magnolia Slim to Soulja Slim?
Now that I don't know why he changed the name, but I think that was P idea. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Pete probably thought that Soulja Slim fit better on a bigger scale than just repping, you know, a project. So I think that was P and that was P and Slim idea.
Okay,
So I think it was P's decision to change it to Soulja Slim, which was, you know, worked out real well for him.
fair enough. Okay, and then with Soldier Like Me, you got some R&B on there, a little more singing and stuff, showing some diversity. So
Right,
this second half of the album, we get into some more social commentary. We got more singing and different things. So
right.
as a producer, you know what's making you now branch out and see these, you know, get these different things with songs like Soldier Like Me.
As a matter of fact, Soldier Like Me is a song from the Hits by the Pound album. That was the very first song that started this whole um process of recording. That was the very first song because when I was gonna drop Hits by the Pound on No Limit, that was the first record I recorded. You know, I never forget I was in the studio just coming up with you know, just playing around on the keys and I just ran across this riff and Fiend heard it like, man, play that again. So, you know, I was playing around with it and he started whipping the hook right there on the spot. And so I was like, well, hold up, let me record this. Because I got tired of playing it because, you know, the more it played, the more he kept, you know, coming out with the hook. So I recorded it in there and he just wrote that part just to the pianos. I didn't even do the drums yet. And Fiend was like, man, go call Mercedes, you know, because she was, you know, I don't think Mia just at that time I think Mia just got a house. So she was getting a home together. And Mercedes was the one that was available right then and there. So we like, man, come on, we gotta get the song done. And we got Mercedes up in there, and Peaches from No Limit is on there singing the hook with Fiend. But Fiend wrote the whole record as far as the hook part. I wrote my own verses and January Walker, which is Calico on the label, him and Mercedes are cousins. January Walker, he rapped on Holla at Me and Play It Loud, which is Calico. He wrote all Mercedes parts, and and it all came together, and we got that song done because we didn't do Mercedes part until after I left No Limit. Fiend only had the hook and I had the beat. And when Mercedes came, that's when I wrote my part. And Cali, he already had at the time, he already had no. We did have that part. We did have that part. Cali wrote Mercedes part because Cali Wanetti, I think they did it I think he did it over the phone. We didn't record it until I left, but the verse was already written. I think that's how that went. But that was the very first song that I did to record this whole process of the album.
That's crazy. Huh. Now, one that really just surprised me the most probably is the "I Got You" because of the impeach the president.
Oh, you heard it, huh?
So that one just surprised me for a lot of reasons. So I was curious, what made you want to flip that?
I always loved that Audio 2 beat. That's one of the rarest, most authentic hip hop beats ever. And I always wanted to use that. It wasn't the fact that I wanted to use to impeach the president. I always wanted to use the Audio 2 drum sample. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and I was like, as a matter of fact, to impeach the president, I made a kit. And the first thing comes to mind was that's the first song you think about when you hear that record.
Yeah, top billing.
Right. It is the first song you hear. So when I did it, I just kind of, I programmed it doom, and I just didn't want it to end with just a regular ride out. So that doom. And I was like, it was just perfect the way to end the transition in a record, going over. So I've always wanted to use it, and I thought, I'd rather use it on a song that's not too much in hip hop to where it would have been more of a. I wanted to use it in a way it was different from just using it in every hip hop beat. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I went with that one though. But the artist, her name is Beautiful, and she's one of our R&B singers, and she real nice with it.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you had mentioned Six Shot earlier, one of my favorite lesser known artists that I think is great. And with
Right.
with Hold It Down, you use the same or similar beat to the It's Your Dog thing. So
Right.
what made you want to get Juvenile, Slim, Snoop Dogg on there?
Well, when first of all, it's like what happened was when we was getting ready to put out the Six Shot album, and unfortunately, Shot got incarcerated. And when he got out, he just, Shot wanted to move forward, and I think he was trying to make a move to go sign with Cash Money. But I didn't want the beat to go to waste. But it's just ironic the record was smoking on the radio in New Orleans, and Juvenile was torturing on that. He had his new shit out. Snoop came to New Orleans. He went to the radio station and heard like, man, who the fuck is that? He said, I want to rap on that shit, cuz. So they told him, man, that's KLC. Oh, man, get KLC on the phone. Snoop called me, hey, nephew, man, I got to get on this thing, yeah. I'm like, what? He said, this fucking Six Shot, It's Your Dog, right? I'm like, for real? I'm like, man, look. Man, he told me we fucking flew to California. We went to his house in the studio, but and he did this thing on that motherfucker. But man, let me tell you something. He went in on that bitch too.
Yes, he did.
He went in. You put it like this here. I'm gonna send you the original recording of that record. I'm gonna send you the original recording of it. And like I said, Snoop, you know, he settled his difference with Death Row and Suge, and Snoop was like, he called me, look, man, we still go with that record, but just take it out, man. We squashed that. I'm like, say no more. You know, that was the only time he was gonna clear it. But it kind of fucked me up because when he went out, like, oh my fucking goodness, this nigga went in. And but I always want to give artists I don't want to interfere with their being their creative mode. If that's what you feel, fucking go and do your thing. But I'm glad you know, he wanted to take that part out. And Juvie was like, I called him, Juvie said, whoa, I'm like, man, I'm remixing this 6-shot record. And I want you on. He said, what? I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? He said, nigga, I've been wanting to rap on that beat. But at that time, 6-shot had a verse on it too. Because it was a remix to it, Dogg. But when he did his verse, as a matter of fact, when he did his verse, Soulja Slim came there. But they didn't have no room on the record. So Slim like, fuck it, man. I want to rap on that bitch anyway. That's how we got his verse. You know what I'm saying? So like, come on, Slim. He said, nah, man, fuck that funky beat. I want to rap on this bitch too. Everybody getting on this motherfucker but me. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So I opened up a track. I gave him this thing. I let him do what he had to do. And Slim did his thing. And at that time, Shot was he had these manager dudes that was managing them, and they were like, yeah, maybe we got somebody that's interested. I'm like, who? They want. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, just take them off of the record. Just take them off the record because you know all this shit that's going on, bro. We don't have time. We got to move on from this. And it just happened that Slim was in the cut. He said, man, fuck that, man. I want to rap on this bitch. I don't give a fuck. I just want to rap on it. And then he took Shot spot. I wrote a verse on that too. But I wasn't getting on that with no motherfucking Juvie, Snoop, and Slim tripping. Hell no.
Well,
no, hell no.
Yo, the Slim part where he's talking about the medicine and the ecstasy and the drug, like that part is so crazy. It's so crazy. It's incredible.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.